There's no such thing as half awake. I mean, I've used the terminology myself, but I'm going to stop. Because, you're either awake or you're not. You've either had the second spiritual birth or not. You know what I mean? You literally either must have woke up or you're not awake. You didn't wake up. Just like in the morning, you either woke up and stood up or not. You know what I mean? So then what's the discrepancy? Well, obviously the lower and higher selves, right? Ego and id and super ego and stuff like this. I mean, we have so many parts of ourselves. Who knows how to describe it all? But basically those two mental systems, right? And again, I come with the missing light body idea, right? That they've got a missing light body, so you'll know if they're asleep. But these people that are talking about people who are half awake and stuff, they're organic portals who have stolen our awakefulness, like our habits and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like all these women that go, I just thought of the perfect example. All these women that go to yoga upstairs in like a room that's not grounded. They're not on psychedelics. They don't even go high. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. Yoga was invented on psychotropic substances, grounding in deep need for that. You know what I mean? In deep need to stretch out the parasitic lower forms and stuff. And it's just those people are taking, what we've put into reality. They can't even make a society for themselves without us and our ideas. They'd still be in the fucking Stone Age. But all ideas are spiritual, yeah? All ideas. I'm not talking about you look at something here and then you think you're having an idea and create an identical kind of just a little bit different object or something. I'm talking about an actual idea that was not here before, that then comes from the mind and then turns into, an object or a situation or whatever here. You know what I mean? But yeah, so these people who are half awake and stuff, they're not half awake or nothing, man. They're just the organic portals who have stolen the stuff that we've put in. So they're asleep. They're not half awake, they're still asleep. They don't know what they're doing. They know not what they do. Like I said, they know not what they do. They go to yoga upstairs. Man, when you realize what I'm saying, and I've said this for 10 years, haven't heard anybody go on about it yet. When you realize what I'm saying, it is a massive epiphany. You're literally not connected. When you're doing yoga, you're stretching out your cells and stuff. You're getting the gunk out from in between places, stuff like that, right? But it's not just about all that. You're not getting new light in. Do you understand? When you ground, it takes off the positive charge, which, certain foods and chemicals in our body have positive charge, certain molecules and stuff. They're more positively charged. And so all that dumps out when you ground, and that's actual yogitation, because it's a process of clearing the lymph system, the fascia, which has 5 times more nerves than muscle. Do you understand what I'm saying? That doesn't occur non-electrically on the second floor of a building. That does not occur. The fascia doesn't clear the same. You're not getting, that refreshing, what's it called? The refresh of the nervous system. You know what I mean? And that higher plasma coming over and your middle nervous system thoughts, the ganglion thoughts leaving and stuff. You don't get that refresh. And, then I haven't even mentioned the energy. But anyway, I don't want to just leave it on that point. It was a good point, though, because it's a good example. But yeah, I just want to say they're not half awake. They're still asleep. They're just taking what we've put in, right? And basic stuff Like yoga isn't fucking some great work, magnus opus that they can't understand or some shit. It's easy, so they can just easily copy it. That's why we don't know who's who. You know what I mean? Because there's no difference on the outside of these people. Remember, it's spiritless humans. It's not like, oh yeah, their bodies are different. If you're really adept like me, you can start to tell. Like people who are fucking fat and ugly, they're spiritless humans. I already know that. There's never been a Bruce Lee, a Benjamin Kallenberg, a Terence McKenna, all this shit that is fat. That's a soul. That'll be a soul. That'll be an OP. There won't be a higher enlightened soul. There won't be a spirited human, as I keep talking about, or a pneumatic. That's a good way to actually talk about this, because pneumatic, what's pneumatics? Do you understand pneumatics and PSI and stuff? And I've talked about PSI, the Qi Kung shield. You'll hear like people like Mantak Chia talk about that as well, and Taoists. But yeah, that's another point as well. Anyway, but look, the main point is they're not different on the outside, right? And then they're not half awake or something. They're still asleep. If it's light body or no light body. You either woke up in the morning or you didn't. You know what I mean?